Hey everybody, Cliff Henley here. Happy 25th wedding anniversary, Mike and Cindy. I for one knew that you both had at least 50 good years in you together. So you're about halfway there, so I expect to be there in person on your 50th anniversary. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there today because it's also my mother's 70th birthday and I'm cooking tri-tip and chicken and burgers for about 30 people at my house. However, I will be talking to you sometime this afternoon on the phone to wish you a happy anniversary in person. If you don't mind, I'd like to share just a couple of memories with not just the two of you, but the friends and family that are there that are hopefully watching this video. The stuff I'm about to share is 100% true and documented, so don't try to deny any of this information. In an effort to not upset anybody, I didn't take a lot of pictures. I only actually used 2 real photographs here. I just went to Google and Googled the stuff I needed by using stick figures. One thing that I found that was hard to find was stick woman man having sex. So don't try to Google that because chances are you're not going to find a lot of good stick figures. And in any case, let's get started here with our first little story about my friends and family, Mike and Cindy. This is this is Barack and Michelle Obama. That was another deal I had going. This is Mike and Cindy when they were first dating in college. You know, Mike is pretty smug here. Him and I thought we were a little bit, sure of ourselves. I don't want to say that we were selfish or self-centered. Let's just say that everybody would agree that Mike was somewhat cocky, and I admit to that too, and I'm guilty of that too. But what a beautiful couple. Mike and Cindy spent the night at my house one evening in about 1984, 1985, I believe at the latest, and we had quite a little party going on, and so it was better that they just spent the night there. And in the middle of the evening, actually it was probably about 2 o'clock in the morning, I noticed that I had an issue with my teeth, that I needed to brush them, and although it was dark, I knew that I could find my toothbrush if I gave it enough effort. So again, I was quite young back then, and I believe my toothbrush was in the bedroom they were sleeping in. So Mike and Cindy, I believe you're laughing at this point because you know where this is going, and again, this is a true story. So while I was in the dark, roaming around the hallway, I was looking for my toothbrush. In the bedroom next to the master bedroom is where Mike and Cindy were supposedly sleeping, because that's why we had them over, was to sleep, okay? And this wasn't happening. So the look in my eyes was pure horror, okay? Looking for the toothbrush, opening the door to see what was going on, simply to find my toothbrush, but what should my eyes see? This, okay? Now understand, this is not exactly what was going on there, but I can tell you that, Cindy, I know what made you a star athlete at Reynolds High School. I know why your trophy and records are still setting in those cases today. Let's just say that you have to be extremely flexible to be such an athlete like yourself. That was actually on Google.com, so you can pick up that one if you'd like to. And again, this is what you did to me, and it's probably going to stick with me forever. I'm a little bit twisted from the deal. So I'm going to have you guys ask Mike a question. He's going to fill in the blanks here. And again, this is so you can document all of these things that I absolutely know about the both of them. And Mike seems to be gifted in the sense that he's very sensitive in the crotchal area, and this is going to prove it. So Mike, here's the question, and you're going to fill in the blanks. I, Mike Sherba, get a blank blank and a stiff wind. Okay, one more time. I, Mike Sherba, get a blank blank and a stiff wind. So you know what it is, right? It's a hard-on. Yeah, Mike, you get a hard-on and a stiff wind, and actually you're the one that coined that phrase. So just to verify this fact, and I don't know, Mike and Cindy, if you remember, and these are the only 2 photos that I actually did take. I believe you were 24 and 25 years old respectively then, and this was on 152nd Avenue off of Sandy. We just wanted to see just how true this was. So So I remember Cindy putting on a skimpy little bikini outfit and getting a great picture of her for you, and the intent was, hey, let's go show Mike this picture of his lovely bride and actually see what happens. And from the time you took the picture, it was about 4 seconds, and Mike, you were fully erect. As you can see, look, Cindy, we got this going on, a little bit of camel toe, okay, can't bling it, looking good. 4 or 5 seconds later, Mike, there you go, okay? You didn't even know it was your wife. No, actually you did. And that was a good job. So one other story, and if you guys remember Mike from way back when, he had this Volkswagen Rabbit, this little white ugly rabbit. And I'm sorry, Mike, but it was. And you loved it so much, but so we didn't want to give you a bad time. You didn't like people to drive your car, touch your car, even ride in your car. And you and Cindy, you know, had a few issues over that rabbit. And the only way you would allow her to drive that car in the very beginning of your relationship was if there's a tit for a tat, so if you got something out of it. And you called one day and said, hey, we're coming over, Cindy's driving the car, but I'm driving too. And you just had the one car to drive over to our house. And it worked out that this was a pretty good deal for both of you, and it was really an ingenious invention, Mike and Cindy, that you came up with, because both of you got to drive. And this is an actual depiction from my mind that I turned it into an illustration from what I remember as you were driving by my driveway. You see here, you do have Cindy, in fact, driving the Volkswagen Rabbit. And she's very happy driving this car. And then right here, we have Mike driving Cindy. So you see, we have the Volkswagen being driven for the first time by Cindy, and Mike driving Cindy for the first time in a Volkswagen. So you're both driving, you're both happy, problem solved, and I think you've been doing this carpooling for quite a long time. And that's great. So all of this stuff actually led up to some really cool things. You had a lot of fun, and sensuality and sexuality is there, and that's what helps keeps a marriage together and that companionship. And it does lead from this picture to this picture, which happened twice, and that allowed us to bring Erica and Zach into the world, which are just two of the most wonderful children I know. And also Erica's my goddaughter, and Zach, you're my godson anyway, okay? And so this is one picture. This is just a beautiful picture of Erica suckling on mommy to get fed. And if you notice again, Mike's arm, his left arm, is on his crotch. Okay, Mike? Yeah, it's on your crotch. So we're not as young as we used to be, but we still have our senses of humor. I love you guys to death. You know, we've gone from some hottie bodies and stud muffins to a little bit older, a little bit more mature. We learned a few lessons. And one thing, Mike, you'll never lose this. As far as I know, if you do, there's obviously something else going on which we would want to talk about. But that's us today. In any case, I want to share a few stories, and I'm really missing the fact that I cannot be there today. Like I mentioned, I will call you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed sharing some of these past memories with me, and I truly love you guys and wish you a happy 25th anniversary. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon.